Hi, and welcome to the second part of my video. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the next best thing you can do to modify your TT-02 for drifting. So in the first video, I talked about that the most important thing is adding the gyro, helps a lot. Second most important thing is getting a one-way. This is it here. This is a one-way diff. That came from a TT-01, which also fits a TT-02, no problem. It's a direct bolt-on, and you shouldn't have any issue with it. So what a front one-way diff means, that it only spins one way and it locks on the other way. So it will pretty much spin freely when you're braking. So the diff doesn't work while braking. So that kind of gives this effect of normally when you're moving the car's moving and you brake and you're turning in the corner at the same time. And when this happens with a regular diff, the car will brake like this. So it'll kind of move to the side. But with a one-way, it'll give you like a handbrake effect. So imagine pulling the handbrake on a regular car. So you're in the middle of turning, you do a hard brake and the car will handbrake, whoosh, like that. So making it easier to oversteer and correct your drift. So that's like a number one best thing you can do to make your TT-02 for drifting. It'll totally transform the car, way better for drifting. Second thing you could do, which is not as necessary, which is you get a lock diff. A lock diff, this is add-on from Tamiya itself. I'll show you the part number on the bottom of the screen. So this is pretty much just a lock diff. It makes your the diff solid at the rear. And that's all it pretty much does. And what it just makes it easier for oversteering. So when you have a locked diff, the rear of the car will tend, as you turn, it will just want to kick the back out a lot more. Whereas if it's not a locked diff, it doesn't do that as much. But it's not really necessary. The effect is not as noticeable as getting a front one-way diff. You can do, if you don't want to spend the money on this, there is other things you can do. Pretty much make the diff tighter. You can add on like a putty, or just add on more of those AW grease that Tamiya give. Make it really nice and thick. So it's really like just stiffen up the diff a lot more, and usually that's good enough. Right, I finally got them in. So you can see here the one-way is installed. So the one-way will spin freely, but then and then it can lock. So you know you got that the right way around. So if you know that your wheel can spin forward freely, you got the front one-way installed correctly. All right, let's take this outside and see how it goes. All right, we're outside. Let's turn this on. Now, you can see that the front one-way is working. So every time I brake, the front wheel keeps spinning. And that will allow me to give more oversteering. Well, let's test this out. I need some time to warm up. Yeah, it definitely feels a lot better than the standard drift. like I'm able to kick back the back of the car with a little bit of braking, and with the locked diff as well, the car just really wants to oversteer a lot more. But these tires from Tamiya, the Tamiya Drift Tech, it's just not very good for this asphalt surface. It's too sticky, there's too much grip, and the car moves too fast. So we're kind of struggling a bit in these slow corners section, but it's doing all right in the fast corners. Let's try to do this course in reverse. Oh, I'm way off. But yeah, but we can improve this furthermore with better tires. Will be the next best upgrade on my next video. We'll be putting MSC tires, so you can see that there was still a lot of understeering before. But once we switch to the MSD tires, the MSD asphalt tires, blue and black, it's going to be way better. So I'm going to put up a comparison video from from my earlier video, what it's like with just using the standard diff, and it's pretty shocking. I guess with the standard diff, this has been a major improvement. So I would say this is the bare minimum that you, if you really want to have fun with drifting, especially with the Tamiya TT-02 or four-wheel drive RC cars. You'll need a gyro, front one way, and a rear lock diff. That's, you know, one simple formula that you ever need to do for any drift car, for any four-wheel drive drift car anyway. With rear-wheel drift, it's a bit different. I really like four-wheel drive drift car because I can drive it on my driveway like this, on my asphalt. The two-wheel drive drift cars tend to be quite slow, but we'll see. I don't have very many. I mean, I don't have one that's like proper two-wheel drive. Most of my cars are Tamiyas, and Tamiyas don't make two-wheel drive. Alright, see you next video, and I'll show you the comparison. Oh, I guess just one more thing. You can see the effect of the one-way here. Before, if I brake with the one-way, it'll just look like this. Okay, no, it's quite hard. Oh. You can see how it kicks back every time I brake. So before, it'll be pretty hard for me to do a 180, but now it's quite easy. You can't really do this with a standard diff.